Welcome to the National University online class. I'm again Mohammad Fazil Abdi, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government KC College, Jhenaiata, conducting this class. Today I will take my lecture number 4 actually from your course English Writing Skills, and I will take the last class on essay writing, I should say. This is the last class on essay writing, and the title of my lecture today is Argumentative Essay. Argumentative Essay. Okay. Today, I will begin with how to write an argumentative essay. From the very word argument, my dear students, you have got the idea that it's about some topic that is debatable, I should say, debatable. You can put your opinion against this topic. You can also put your opinion for this topic. In both ways, this argumentative essay can be written. So let's look about how you to write an argumentative essay. Argumentative essay seeks to state a position on an issue. This is a very important thing, and give several reasons supported by evidence for agreeing with that position. So in these lines, it is said that why you are writing argumentative essays. You are writing argumentative essay just to state a position on an issue. Any issue you can use for your argumentative essay. Suppose the very burning issue in today's world is coronavirus, isn't it? The corona pandemic. So why this pandemic has come? Who are the responsible? What's going wrong with this? What we have done wrong? Does this sort of pandemic is created, is hampering our life, day-to-day life, everyday life. So you have to take a position, state a position. Why you are, why what you think actually, what you believe actually, you have to state. What's your personal opinion, personal position in this regard? If it's about pollution, any pollution, river pollution, air pollution, water pollution, anything, then you have to, again, you have to state your position that yes, I believe or I think this sort of situation is arising because of this, because of that. So you have to be very clear from your beginning that which position you are taking place. Actually, this argumentative essay is very much similar to the debate competition. In any debate competition, you know, there is two parties. One is for the topic, one is against the topic. Those people are for this topic, they are citing their logics, they are citing their examples, citing their position just to put their opinion right for this topic. But those who are against the topic, they also give their reasons, logics, information, data, just to prove that the point they are standing for, they are totally wrong. On the contrary, whatever or which way they are giving their statement, they would like to state their position clear that against this topic, we are saying this, we are talking about this, and these are the real picture of that scenario. So in this way, you have to affirm, you have to strengthen your position when you are writing an argumentative essay from the very beginning of your essay writing. You have to take your position, you have to state your position clearly to the audience or to the reader or to the examiner that yes, I am taking this position or I am very much against of this situation, of this incidence, or this idea, or this thought. Many things you can do, but whatever you will do, it is written in this way that gives several reasons. You have to give reasons, you have to give logic, Like my previous class on expository writing, I have told you that expository writing, there is no scope of emotion, no scope of your personal feeling. So whatever you write in expository writing, you have to give the full evidences, full data, full information for your writing, to support your writing. In the same way, in the argumentative also, any points that you want to bring, you can bring that. But whatever which points you are uh, putting in your argumentative essay, at the same time, you have to give the reasons behind that statement, behind reasons behind that information, reasons behind that logics. Without any information, without any logic, without any supporting data, supporting information, your argument will become just some words, mere words, I should say. But if you put sufficient information, logic for this topic, you can easily grab the attention of the readers that yes, you have got a good idea on that topic. You know this topic very well. You have studied the topic very well. That's why you are supporting this, or you are against this topic, very topic, and you are giving sufficient data to strengthen your position also. Supported by evidence for agreeing with that position. As I've said that you have to give evidence, and all things are done for what? For agreeing with that position. You have to make people agree with your position. That's your ultimate goal. In argumentative essay, at the very end of the essay, the people will feel or will realize that that in which way you are giving, or you are putting your logic, putting your reasons, putting your evidence, putting your information that makes people feel that yes, this man is, or this girl, this boy is giving the right idea, right notion, right information about this very controversial issue. As I said that in argumentative essay, the topics should be something like this, that is debatable, that is maybe some controversial things. So you have to be very careful. You have to be careful because as it is debatable, so many people will be for this topic or against this topic. So you have to maintain a balance for this to write an argumentative essay. Okay, now I will move to the next slide. When I go through this, I'm taking my preparations about this argumentative essay, I have personally found that there are 5 types of argument claims. Argument claims, 5 types. 5 important things, matters. That's very important for writing an argumentative essay. The first point, argument claims fact. Fact. Is it true or not? The topics you are using, the information you are using, or I should say that why you are arguing actually, why you are arguing. So the basis, the main point is that what's the basis behind this argument? Is it fact? Is it true or not? If it is true, the people will easily feel the connection with you. They will feel that yes, this is the reality, maybe the harsh reality, and we have to take some serious measures against it or for it. But if people feel in this way that you are arguing for such thing which is baseless, which has no reality, which is not existed at all, which is not existing at all, then people will lose the interest. They will find that you are arguing for nothing, isn't it? So fact is important. Fact is very important. That's why it's put on number 1. Number 2, definition. What does it really mean? In the introductory paragraph, you have to make this definition very, very clear. What does it really mean? That means You have to define the topic that you are selecting for your writing argumentative essay. Why you are selecting this topic, uh, you have to make clear from your definition, and definition will also gives the impression that you know this topic very much well. You have gone through this, you know the ins and outs of that topic, and that all will clear from your definition. People will also at the same time understand or realize or uh, make clear about the topic through your definition also. Number three, value. How important is it? Uh, it is similar, actually, quite similar to fact. Value means what's the importance of that issue nowadays. Some issues are very common, actually, is that I should say timeless. That is the traffic problem in our country, the corruption, or the population problem. These are the, I should say that very old traditional problems in our country. So it is exist all the time, but there are some issues which are very much current. Then people will find the value of it. Is it in that level that is used for, can be used for argument? Is it that level that you can give logic, you can give arguments, you can give put your opinion, or put your logic, put your data, put your information. So people will find the value of that, or another sense we can say that they will try to relate. They will try to relate the problem with nowadays issue, that how it exists now, how it's value, how it relates to the life of the people nowadays. For example, we can say that to the corona pandemic, uh, we have seen the some positive sides of our medical department, or I should say the medical facilities. Also, there are some dark sides of medical sides has also come out to the corona pandemic. You know about that. So in this, so if the topics is very kind issue, is for very kind issue, people will automatically like to judge the value, like to judge the existence of that problem, existence of that topics with their present time, I should say. It's all about that. Number four, cause and effect. It's also a technique for writing any essays, actually. So if you write your argumentative essay in this cause and effect style, then questions will come in this way. What is the cause? What are the effects? The two basic things. Why this problem is so important, or why we have to notice that problem, why the authorities have to take it very seriously, and why these things are happening. And then you should write about the effects, the outcomes of that problem. As I said, the traffic problem. If you write about the causes behind the traffic jam or traffic problem, traffic situation, then how it hampers our day-to-day life, how it hampers our working hours, how it hampers our economy, isn't it? You have to put it very clear through, from your writing also. And number five, policy. What should we do about it? What should we do about it? That means what the concerned authorities can do to reduce this problem, to solve this problem. Like environment pollution. It's a serious matter nowadays. So we know the causes, we know the effects, but the ultimate thing is that what will be the permanent measures? What will be the permanent solution about that? So if we want to take any, if you want to expect any permanent solution, then the question of policy making automatically has come. The concerned authorities, maybe it will be government, maybe it will be some other concerned bodies of the government or any other concerned authorities. The policy should be taken in this way that the problem that we are facing should not be continued till in the future. So at the same time, in argumentative essay, you should put some questions, and at the same time, you will give your opinion about the policy to reduce that problem, to make a permanent solution of that problem, I should say. Okay, move on to the next slide. I have given you some topics actually, categorically, some questions, which is maybe, as I've written, that if the topics are related to environment, these essays may have come to your exam line. I should say that there's a lot of topics actually. Just few topics I have given here categorically, just to make you clear that which type of topics can come in your exam, and you have to be you have to prepare yourself in the same way. Just look at the topics. Like as I've said that if it's the problem is about environment, the topics may have come. What is deforestation? What is deforestation? That is, the topic is all about deforestation, and how does it happen? How this deforestation is happening? First of all, you have to define what is deforestation. Then you have to make a detailed description, detailed information, detailed logics, detailed information, data, anything to support your idea, support your argument that how does it happen. It is fact, it is true that deforestation is happening all around the world. Not is the single problem for Bangladesh. It is the basic problem all over the world that we are demolishing the forest. We are reducing the forest for the sake of our land. It is said that the population, as the population is increasing day by day, so the amount of forest is reducing day by day also, just to provide sufficient lands, shelters to the people. But as you all know, that at least 25% of any land area of any particular country have to be provided with forest or with trees. So if we make rapid deforestation, then our environment will be imbalanced automatically, as it is happening now, as it is happening, as we have seen now. Again, the last question is nuclear energy really safe? As the coal, the gas, all things are running short, mineral, all things are running short. So many countries like Bangladesh, we also seen that in the Rupur, under Ishodi Upojela in Pabna, the Rupur nuclear energy plant is progressing. So the question is about it is really safe? Is it really safe? So you can put your opinions again for this, for the support of nuclear energy. And if you feel or if you believe that it's not safe, then you put your arguments or your opinion also in this way that I believe this nuclear energy is good, but the safety measures, sufficient safety measures should be taken care of just to make people safe, isn't it? So you can do in your writing in this way. About families and relationships, topics may have come like this. Now I'm coming to the second categories of my argumentative essay. It's about families and relationships. The topics is, are teenage marriages a good idea? Actually, is a easy things. I think it's not much debate about that. Though some old-fashioned people, uh, actually in the rural areas, I should say, they still feel teenage marriage is a good idea. They not feel secure when their girl child is growing up. They feel insecure. They feel that if they give them, if they can um, arrange, I should say, if they can arrange an early marriage to his girl child, it will be safe for her. They will find a shelter through the marriage. But as we all know, that early marriage or teenage marriage is not good, especially for the health of the girl child. Early pregnancy always gives a risk to her lives, always makes a physical uh, hazard for any teenage girls. Also, it also affects the relationships also, because as a minor child, she doesn't understand the value of the relationship much, or the which way they have to maintain the real relationship in his bridegroom's house. So lot of complexities arises when a teenage marriage is happening. So we'll just argue with that, make the argument with your own ideas on ways. Again, the second topic, which is very, I should say that very burning issue nowadays, it has become, how does social media impact family life? How does social media impact family life? It is true, it is fact. Number one point is established here, that social media is taking a huge place in our lives. If we divide our lives in 24 hours, it is the reality that is a good portion of time we would like to spend on social media. There's a lot of scope in the social media to interact, like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube channels, isn't it? Instagram. So, especially the school and college or university going school boys and girls, they uh, their lives has become so much attached, I should say, so much attached to this social media, that they not even think a single day without social media. That's also made a good impact on, makes a great impact on their family life also. Now, many parents believe that their uh, children are not give the sufficient time, are not spending sufficient time with them, as they are so much busy with the social media. Uh, so there, not only the negative points. Actually, we can say that there's some also positive sides of social media, because many information can be shared through social media. Many issues can be solved through this. People easily make aware through the social media, as it is so much popular nowadays. So there's a positive sides, there are also some negative sides. So in both ways you can discuss through your ranking. About technology and people, do cell phones cause a cancer risk? Cell phones, like social media, it also has become a part and parcel in our life, but excessive use of anything is very bad. In the same way, cell phones can be a risk factor if we can overuse it, actually, we can say overuse it. Uh, you can put your argument in that. Another topic is, will paper and books become obsolete? It is also a very burning issue, that e-paper, e-books has become so much popular nowadays, that many people think that the real paper, or the original paper, original books, the binding books, now become obsolete, or will become obsolete in future also. So, but it is true that the real taste of reading, there is no alternative of real books. The smell of the new books is another things, that the e-book or e-paper will not give you the same flavor or same taste, isn't it? But it is the fact, it is the reality nowadays, that e-books and e-paper has become much more popular. So people are very much fond of to read e-paper and e-books rather than real newspaper and real books. This is the fact and reality. Okay. So now I will come to the technical points about argumentative essay. How to start an argumentative essay. Your introductory paragraph should be crafted around your thesis statement, providing background information needed to understand your argument and presenting pieces of evidence that back up that argument. So from the very beginning of your introduction, you have your ideas or your statement should be crafted about your thesis statement. Whatever you want to write, you want to, you should have to write for the support of your idea of your logic. And for this, you have to provide background information. Why? Because it's needed to understand your argument. Whatever, as I said before, behind every information, every data, every logic, you should give sufficient information supporting information, supporting material just to prove your point. Another thing, at the same time, you have to make people understand your argument. Why you are arguing for this? Why you are arguing for this? Why you are taking your stand or your position in this way? Yeah. If you provide sufficient information, sufficient background information, then people will automatically realize that these are the facts, these are the reasons, these are the logics that make you to take your position for this topic or against this topic. And last lines, presenting pieces of evidence that back up that argument. Of course, you have to give evidence about that, about every statement or every logic. It's very important. Now, next points, my next points, following points can be followed to start an argumentative essay effectively. How you can start your argumentative essay effectively? There's some points. First point is tell a true story. You can start with to tell a true story from your life, from your experience, or the story that you have heard or you have got from any reliable source. Then you can start your essay with that story. It's a good idea to start an argumentative essay. Number two, present a hypothetical situation that illustrates the problem. You can portray a situation. You can portray a scenario that illustrates the problem. You can just create a situation hypothetically that suppose take a look or think about that thing in this way. You can start like this, think this way, and then you can from the next question you will continue with that idea or with that state situation that you have portrayed in your introductory paragraph. Then you can continue with your next portion or next body of the essay to illustrate the idea. Number three, ask a thought-provoking question. You can start with you can start your argumentative essay to ask a very much thought-provoking question. That's, as I have said, there's cell phones. You can ask people from the very beginning of your paragraph of your essay, in the introductory paragraph, I should say, that can we imagine a single day without cell phones? If you are supporting use of cell phones, you can ask this thought-provoking question. Can you imagine a single day without social media? How can you imagine the situation if we stop social media permanently? What will happen then? Isn't it? If we say that if we stop using mobile phone permanently, what will happen? As it is become a part and parcel of our life, those technological things. So it is very, very harsh reality is that we have to lead our life with these things, with these materials, with this technology that are existing nowadays. So you can ask this type of thought-provoking question. Number four, start a startling fact or statistics with reputable source. Okay, you can start your argumentative essay with some fact or statistics. Again, from the reputable source. This will create an impression that you are researching very deeply about that problem. You have gone to the very deep of that problem. You know the ins and outs of that problem. That's why you can cite a fact or statistics in the very beginning of the interactive record. Then the examiner or the uh, audience can feel the positive impression from your writing that something more will come next. Some more information can we get from the next level of your writing. Okay, number 5, simply explain the problem. If your topic doesn't support to tell a story or make a hypothetical situation or ask a thought-provoking question or give any fact or statistics, the ultimate option is that you just simply explain the problem. Just simply explain the problem, that this problem are existing in this way, these are hampering our life, these are hampering our economy or something like this. So just simply explain the problem. Number 6, compare and contrast. It's another technique of writing any kind of essay. You can compare this issue with some other countries, some other organizations of the other different countries of the world, anything. And also at the same time, you can contrast, make the contrast picture of that situation again with that particular country or particular areas. There are some other points, my dear students, are also very important to write an argumentative essay. I have given here that, first of all, be concise. You have to be very specific about the length of the argumentative essay. Don't make unnecessary length in the size of the essay. Just be concise, be specific, be sure. Number 2, what aspects of this issue would mostly interest or convince them? Put your argument, put your logic, put your information, put your data in this way that make that you personally believe or you personally think or you personally find that this information or this statistics or this fact or this data or this logic will make people feel interest about this issue. These are the ultimate things. And another important thing, to convince them. It's also very important for put your argument or make your argument right or prove your argument right, rather I should say, prove your argument right. Or for this, you have to convince the people. You have to make the people feel interested about your argument. Okay, number 3, appeal to the reader's emotion. You have to convey your message, I should say, convey your logic or convey your stand to the readers. You have to touch the reader's emotion actually. If you touch the reader's emotion, you can make an appeal to the reader's emotion. The readers will emotionally connected with you, not only logically, also emotionally they feel that, yes, this boy or this girl is very much right. She has, or he or she has made the right statement, or she has made the right argument, that we have to support this, his or her ideas about this issue. Okay, number 4, present undeniable facts that builds a lot of trust. The sources, the information, the data, whatever you want to use in argumentative essay, it should be from the reliable source. If it's from the reliable source, then this data or information or logics make undeniable facts. It will prove undeniable facts. No one will deny. No one can deny your facts. If you can use your facts, statistics, data from the very reliable source, very known source, very common source, then people automatically feel that, yes, these are from very reliable source, very fact that you are using in your argumentative essay. So it will also help to build a trust about your sources, actually, about sources. They will not feel doubt about your sources if it's come from the reliable source. And at the end, and generally indicates a solid argument. And this all, if you can do that, if you can win the heart of the people, win the emotion of the people, if you can build a trust of the people in the mind of the people, then your argument will automatically become a solid argument. It will prove as a very solid argument at the end. Now, how to write the body of an argumentative essay. It is about 3 or more paragraphs presenting a separate piece of evidence that supports your thesis. You can use 3 or more paragraphs as to write the body of an argumentative essay, but you have to present a separate piece of evidence that supports your thesis. From each paragraph, you should write a separate piece of evidence. You will put a separate piece of evidence in the single paragraph, and then you will move to the next paragraph. In there also, you will give a separate piece of evidence, and all these evidences will automatically, ultimately, will support your main thesis or main position or the main idea or the main topic of the essay that you are writing. For this, you have to give reasons and support. You will have 3 or more reasons why the reader should accept your position. You will, in the body of the essay, you will have to give 3 or more reasons, important reasons, why the reader should accept your position. So it's very important to give reasons. This will be your topic sentences. These reasons ultimately will become your topic sentences because it should be related on your main topic. Support each of these reasons with logic. Whatever reasons you will, as I said earlier, whatever reasons you want to put that with logic, put that with examples, statistics, authorities, or anecdotes. Because these are the things will, as I said earlier, they will build the trust of the people with you, or make the people convinced that, or you can make the people convinced that yes, these are the facts that are existing and we have to face them. Connect them back to your position by asking if you can use this structure to connect the people from your original position. Anticipate opposing positions and arguments. As I said from the very beginning of my class, that in argumentative essay, you can't think that the whole people are with you. There will be some people who may have not feel agree with you. They not feel the same way as you are thinking. So for this, what objection will your readers have? So you have to keep it in your mind that maybe some objection will come from your writing. So you have to, you can't avoid that. You should not avoid that. You have to keep it in mind. What objection may have come through your logics or through your reasons or through your statistics. What other positions do people take on this subject? As I said, that what the other thoughts are going on. As I said in the early child marriage, as I said, that some people think that it is safe for the girls. It is their thinking. So you have to take this matter very seriously or granted. Take this matter for granted because you can't just avoid the reality. You can't just avoid the reality. There will be some people who are going against the flow, who are going against the natural flow, natural tendency of the human being. So you have to put this also in your mind. What is your reason for rejecting these positions? Why you are rejecting the ideas of those people? What's the reasons behind that? What the causes behind that? You have to make that clear. Try to answer them with argument or evidence. As I said, you can't avoid that. You can't avoid that questions or avoid that against the flow of your argument. You just have to give the argument or with the evidence also. Now coming to the conclusion, think big picture if you are arguing for policy changes. If you asking the government or asking the authorities about the policy changes, you have to think about the big picture, that what will be the impact, what will be the feedback, what will be the outcome of that argument, what are the implications of adapting or not adapting your ideas. Then you have to give some logics or give some reasons that if you adapt this, if the authorities can adapt this position or adapt this formula, adapt this stand, they'll be benefited in this way. If if they are not adapting this formula or not adapting these measures that you are suggesting, then what will happen? Both ways. In both ways, you have to put it in your essay. How will they affect the reader? You have to make, in the conclusion, you have to make clear that your thoughts or your argument, how it will make the impression, ultimate impression of the reader. Try to show what will happen if the reader adopts your ideas. In a very nutshell, as a dot of scope in the conclusion, in a nutshell, you will make one or two sentences in this way, that if the reader, if the reader can adapt this problem, we can sort out this type of problem, we can overcome this type of problem. So for this, you can use real life examples of how your ideas will work. You can cite just one example, real life example, one or two real life examples to make people convinced totally that this is the fruitful measures can be taken if you can, they can adapt your ideas or your thoughts in this way. So with this, I'd like to conclude my lecture on argumentative essay, I should say. So with this, I would like to conclude my class here. Thank you.